Hi there, I'm Sarah K. Brandis and welcome to episode 4 of Solopreneurship Made Simple. So today I thought I'd talk about burnout. It is the thing that us solopreneurs dread so much. And I was trying to think earlier, how would I describe the feeling to somebody who's not experienced it? And I think I would describe it as exhaustion and melancholy got drunk together, had a one-night stand, and had a baby, and you're that baby when you're in burnout. It's just, it's a really dark place. It really is. And it's so sad because it all began so positively. It came, like the tiredness you're in now, if you're burnt out, came from your just absolute desire to do your best, to be your best, to get your business dreams off the ground, all while trying to probably hold down, the job that pays the bills, as well as start the business of your dreams, as well as look after your family and be a responsible adult and not let your friends down. And, you're trying to do all the things. And at some point it hits you like a ton of bricks and suddenly you're exhausted and then you're no use to anybody. And I've got to say, it's not a place that typically we just go to once and learn our lesson and move on. Us solopreneurs tend to be stubborn, and we tend to, if we can burn out once, we can burn out 5 times, because many of us, even in our darkest days, we never quite lose that underlying drive to go for the goal, which I think is awesome, and I'm pleased that I have that, and I think it's an admirable trait. But with that said, as I'm getting older, and also as I'm starting to spend more time with wiser, more spiritual people, and I have a very spiritual mentor at the moment, I'm learning the importance of balance and being realistic and self-care as well. And also joy and enjoying life. I'm a little on the fence about the law of attraction, but I'm not a disbeliever, and I do think there's a lot of common sense in there. I do think that how you're showing up in the world attracts more of the same. So if you're showing up exhausted, you're going to attract more negative things, and if you're showing up energized, happy and joyful, you're going to attract more of those things. I spoke in a previous episode about a book by a well-known skeptic. The book's called The Luck Factor. And it's just because I'm recording, it's gone out of my brain. Professor Richard Wiseman, that's him. Professor Richard Wiseman wrote this book. So he's a well-known skeptic. He doesn't believe in ghosts, the occult, spirituality, religion, anything, as far as I know. I mean, I don't know him personally, but he presents this image of being like very scientific. And in his book, he studied people who were either sort of optimists or pessimists. They either believed they were lucky or believed that they weren't lucky. And it turned out that whatever they believed, they had more experiences of. And it's not so much that they just had these experiences only. It's that they pay attention to those experiences because that's what they've told their brain to expect. So they've primed themselves mentally to see more positivity or to see more negativity. So not to get off topic, but I brought that up again because I think this is all relevant in burnout land. So I've recently worked myself to a point where I'm close to burnout. This time around though, because I've got this mentor and these people around me, I've recognised it. So I've taken some steps before it's taken over my life. But I've started to realise that I've got some specific things that I do when I'm approaching burnout. So I thought I'd share this today because although the things that are, the warning signs for me will quite possibly not be the warning signs for you, you'll probably have ones that are specific to you. I think the lesson here is to learn what your tells are and to be on the lookout for them, because when they start to show up in your world, that's the time to take evasive action, to change something and to show up as a happier, more energized person. So if at any point you have to take a rest, that's the time to take the rest before everything falls apart. So for me, there are sort of 2 to 3 things. I suppose 2 of them cross over. So the ones that cross over are kind of like, road rage, but not for driving, for everything. Like if I'm behind a slow walking person, I'm like, I've got to get somewhere. It's a sort of, and the other thing that goes with it is a sort of sense of existential dread. So it's all about time pressure for me. I feel like there aren't enough hours in the day, so I'm constantly in a rush. And anything that interrupts me, that slows me down, like the phone ringing, not being able to find my keys, I'm more annoyed than I should be. Like it's not rational, it's a bit bonkers. And then the third thing is kind of a lack of joy. When I stop enjoying things, when I stop tasting my food because I'm choking it down quickly to get back to work, when I stop watching cat videos on YouTube and having a laugh, when I stop smelling the flowers, really, when I stop enjoying my runs, and I'm just literally pounding the tarmac just to get the miles done, but I'm not enjoying my surroundings and the fresh air, and I'm not chatting to my running buddies, I'm just too focused. It's a sort of joylessness, and that is a tell for me. So lately I've noticed all of those things. I've been incredibly impatient. I've been really, queuing in the post office will send me into existential crisis, and maybe that does for everyone. I don't know, the post office is particularly bad, but you know what I mean. I've got no patience, and I'm starting to forget about the importance of joy. So I've caught myself doing that recently, and I've stopped myself. And I've put a few things in place to make sure that I do take a few deep breaths when I need to, like now. I do enjoy my runs, I pay attention, and I pause, and I remind myself, and I kind of feel like my inner parent talking to my inner cranky child, but I remind myself that it won't kill me if I stop for 5 minutes. No one will die, it's not the end of the world. I can spend 5 minutes, and if I can't, then what on earth am I doing on this planet? What's the point of life if you can't take a bit of joy every day? So, with the theme of existential dread and time ticking away, I'm going to keep this one really short today. I just want to get you thinking about what it is for you when you start to approach burnout. Are you feeling existential dread? Are you joyless? Are you cranky? Can you just not wake up in the morning? Is it something else entirely? Have a look back over the last couple of burnouts you had. And if you journal, those records are so precious. Go back through your journal, because you might spot some trends, and then just be aware, because next time you start feeling that again, with this new awareness, you can put something into place. You can say, okay, inner parent voice now, I'm talking, you need to take half a day off, you need to go and get a massage, you need to go to the gym, you need to do something just for you, and your business will still be there a few hours from now. Chill out. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that thought, and I'll see you next week. Have a good one.